was your first impression of you and Mrs. Richards?
First impression? You mean like when I first met her?
Yeah.
First impression was that he was nice and seemed like he was cool because we were going to be classmates. But the one thing is I do remember what he was wearing, which I think is really weird. He was wearing a red collared shirt, and I remember that for some reason.
Like on the first day of our grad school program, we were going to get, I think, our student IDs in the courtyard of the education building over at U of M. Oh. And she was wearing a pink, I think, knit like sweater, but it was like a vest, like a summer sweater type thing. And she had a big cast on her arm. She had broken her hand playing softball, I think it was. So it was just a quick like, oh yeah, hey, that's a nice person. She's cool, and you know, whatever. It was like the first day of school for anybody else. You meet people that you connect with, and you meet people you don't connect with, but we connected.
What did you go to school for?
In undergraduate school, I was a communications and history focus, and then graduate school was secondary education with a history focus.
I went to school for pre-med in undergrad, and then I went back to school and got my master's in teaching certification. And then I changed careers and went to culinary school.
Why did you become a teacher, and did one influence the other?
I'm sorry, why did I become a teacher, and what was the second part of the question?
And did one of you influence the other one to become a teacher?
No, we met in teaching school.
Okay, yeah.
So we had both decided to become teachers when we met. For me, I like the really short version of why I became a teacher was because deep down, I thought it was something that I would enjoy doing. Yeah. And, you know, like I hesitated to do it or go to school for teaching because you don't make a ton of money becoming a teacher. I mean, you can be fine, you can live fine. But I was kind of raised where like the expectations were get a job and make a lot of money. And so like it just took me a while to sort of get out of that mindset and pursue something that I thought I would enjoy as opposed to like working solely for the money. Yeah. And so it was a great decision. I had a lot of life lessons that in short, what I learned from those life lessons is that, you know, tomorrow's not promised to us. Right. Yeah. And if I die today, and I don't want to sound morbid, but if I die today, I want today, my last day, to be a good day. Right. And if you work in a job you really don't like, you have a lot of bad days. Yeah.
I became a teacher because I took a year off between undergrad and grad school, and I took a subbing job, and I loved subbing. And so somebody said, if you like subbing kids, you would love having your own classroom. Right. But Mr. Richards didn't influence me. I did not know him before I went to teaching school.
So do you like working together? Is it more enjoyable?
We don't really work together. We're in different parts of the building. I very rarely see him unless we make it like an effort to go visit the other. I find it helpful because he's been here for 20 years and this is my second year teaching. So if I don't catch something in a staff meeting, he will help me, or like I didn't know how to do SATs this week. He's done it a million times, so he can help me. So it's helpful. Right.
Well, it's enjoyable from the standpoint that we have the same schedule now. So like, I think we can be better parents to our son. You know, she's not working at nighttime anymore, and we're not like before, like, you know, when she was in the restaurant world, our work lives were so separate and our schedule so different that a lot of days of the week, we individually had to sort of be parents as opposed to collectively. So schedule-wise is great, but you guys know this school is a big place. And I might see my wife in school once a week. Oh. So it doesn't really feel like we work together. Yeah. It feels like we work on the same schedule, but not like at the same place, even though we do.
Do we gossip? No, I'm not very gossipy, so I don't tend to gossip, but sometimes we'll talk about things happening, and then partway through, we will stop talking about it because it's just not healthy to talk about work when you're not at work all the time. So we talk about stuff, but if it's not super productive, then we usually will catch ourselves and say, let's stop talking about this.
I know she's a culinary teacher. Does she cook the same meals here at home? Are they both
She
enjoyable?
probably cooks better at home. Like
Oh,
she
okay.
is like she's teaching you a lot of things I think that she likes.
Mhm.
But you know, she's gone to a really respected culinary school in New York.
Ooh.
She's immensely talented.
Mhm.
And I think when you're teaching culinary at the high school level, you're teaching some things that you know, maybe students need to know, like things that'll
Yeah.
help you shop for better food or learn how
Mhm.
to cook some things at home. There's no expectation that high school students are going to
Yeah.
be cooking for a 5-star restaurant when they're done with the culinary program here. So you see some of her talents. I've seen all of her talents, and you know, I'm biased. She's my wife, but she is an incredible
Yeah.
chef.
All right. That's all for today. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. My